What's going on, guys? Back again with another quick update on my transplant. Quick recap for new guys, it's my second hair transplant. I had 2 FUEs with Dr. Bruno Ferreira in Portugal, covered pretty much all top, Norwood 5A. I had altogether 6,540 grafts. More information on my previous videos and in the description down below. So it's almost 3 weeks now after my transplant. I can't believe it, it's almost 3 weeks now. The time flies by really quickly. And so far, what's happening? Nothing. Okay, so hair is growing longer, especially in the frontal hairline, but that was the basically result from my first transplant. On the second transplant, we mainly focused on mid-scalp and partially crown and a little bit in the frontal third along with temple peaks. So a couple of days ago, I started noticing some shedding. It was really minor, only a few hairs here and there when I'm washing my hair or when I'm putting aloe vera gel.
What?
Right now, every single day, when I'm washing my hair, it's coming out a lot. Oh, God. And even right now, if I just gonna brush down, I see 1, 2, 3.
A lot of boring math later.
So yeah, every time I'm brushing my hair, I'm losing them. Not great. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if you've been watching my previous video where I discussed how my shedding was after my first transplant, day 30 doesn't look really that bad, but if you look at the hairline, and pretty much what I analyzed the whole timeline of redness and shedding. You should be fully aware, I'm about to lose it all.
Sometimes.
Let's have a look at today's pictures. As always, taken in front of the window, so it's gonna be bright light directly. You know, it's gonna be looking a little bit thinner than it actually is. I think I lost a little bit of the transplanted hair that was in the very front over here. There were, like, you see these few gaps? I think there were some more transplanted hairs, like in the second pass we did. So that's gone. Okay, so it's worth mentioning my scalp is super shining, not just because of the direct light, but also because I'm putting aloe vera twice a day, morning, evening. So this picture was taken around an hour, maybe 2 hours after I put aloe vera gel. If you look at the top view, you can clearly see there is a proper mess. And again, if you watch my previous video, you remember from my first transplant, just like literally a few days before a massive shed, this is how transplanted hair were like trying to sprout, but they were thin and they like, you know, like double, triple grafts, quadruple graft, they were like all over the place like that, looking a little bit awkward and ugly, to be honest. So I would assume I'm literally days before a massive shed. Look at here, this area looks so dark. Freaking hell, look at this. How many hairs is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's a 5-hair graft. Stands out right away from far, isn't it? If you remember, I mentioned on my surgeries, Dr. Ferreira said I had maybe 2 or 3 grafts that had 7 hairs. And I had some of them that had 6 hairs. Mind-blowing, isn't it? I think I had just a tiny bit of shock loss because if I'm analyzing like very closely, I cannot see much like a native miniaturized hair. There are all over the place, of course, but I definitely think I had shock loss. And again, it's something I was expecting. And yeah, I guess we shall see in next week, probably, once everything gonna shed. And each like on this video gonna prevent 1 hair from shedding. Save my hair, please. The best view so far is from the back, like on my crown, because that's, you know, it creates the biggest like a layering effect of hairs, you know, they're layering on each other and it looks so beautiful, looks so dense. Imagine if all of this hair is gonna grow like 5 times longer than this right now. It's gonna look pretty good, pretty dense, you know? So yeah, and the crown, the whorl is a little bit thin, but again, I think it might be due to oral minoxidil. I'm pretty sure I could have shed few hairs here and there. Difficult to say because I just started, it's almost 2 weeks and the hair is very short, so whenever I'm washing I don't see if, you know, I shed anything. So yeah, by the way, stay tuned for this video. I'm gonna be uploading in a couple of days, hopefully. I think so far the biggest shedding I experienced in my actual temple points. If we zoom in, you're gonna see clearly there is not really many hairs, like the ones that are like a darker, stronger, like the actual transplanted hair. There is a lot of miniaturized and native hair. I had these temple peaks, and basically what Dr. Ferreira did, he basically reinforced, he kind of like restructured, give this shape. So according to the redness, you can see that was like this line over here going with the transplant and goes there. The good thing about it, it's the redness is kind of disappearing pretty quickly, which is really great news, to be honest. I might have experienced slight shock loss in this area as well, which again is absolutely normal. Surrounding trauma can put into premature telogen effluvium surrounding like a miniaturized thin hair, so that's basically what probably happened here. Or again, minoxidil, oral minoxidil, maybe that's the case, who knows, or probably a combination of both. And the other temple point, I think looks even worse, to be honest. Focus already. Clearly see the outline of a little bit more redness here. A few here and there grafts survived still. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, to be honest, I didn't have many transplanted, around 100 grafts in each side, but nonetheless, most of it is gone pretty much. So right now, whatever we see, it's mainly native hair, whatever I had before that. Once the redness subsides, the temple peaks are not going to be as defined as they are right now. Speaking of my donor, it's actually healing really nicely, and to be honest, I'm really surprised just how many grafts I got in my donor. It's crazy because imagine, think about it. I had 6,540 grafts removed permanently from my overall donor, from the sides and occipital area as well. So it looks really good. Sides, of course, they normally always much thinner than, for example, occipital area, hence why they look a little bit thinner than, again, than the back of the head after the extractions.
Why are you running?
Look at that occipital area, it looks perfect. Again, in the very top over here, there's some visible scarring, white dots, but I'm pretty sure that's from the previous transplant. Maybe I had a little bit of a shock loss. I don't know. Remembering from last year, my donor was not as great like for the first couple of months compared to how it was looking after like 6 to 12 months, to be honest. So I'm sure I had minor, very minor shock loss last time, and it's possible it's gonna be the case right now. I'm already happy the way it looks, but if you're gonna improve, which most likely it will slightly, it's gonna be basically a plus. So yeah, some people asking how many grafts I still have. Dr. Ferreira said I've got around 2,000 grafts available if extractions are done correctly. But just looking at this occipital area, I'm pretty sure you can take those 2,000 grafts just from here. No problem. I love this shot from the top of the crown. Looks great. Can't wait to grow all of this hair. So after around 15 days, I stopped completely washing my hair twice a day, morning and evening. And instead, I'm just washing my hair with the shampoo that Dr. Ferreira provided. I still got like one bottle. Once a day, every evening. Sometimes I skip, for example, a couple of days ago in the evening, I didn't wash my hair and it's absolutely fine. After 15 days, he says I can just go back to my previous routine, but still I have to use his own provided shampoo until it's finished. But in terms of aloe vera gel, I'm still using it twice a day, just to kind of, speed up basically the healing. Some people were saying if they're applying aloe vera gel, they feel more itching. For me, that's not the case. I don't feel any itching. And to be honest, I really don't have any itching at all. Of course, it's happening here and there in donor and recipient area, but it's so minor, I don't even think about it, to be honest. It's like a normal day-to-day itch. In terms of numbness, so my donor is absolutely fine. It's perfect. My top, the very front of the hairline, there were like a few here and there grafts implanted. I would say feels about 90% normal in the very front here. Going towards mid-scalp, still pretty numb. It's around 50% numb. It's still in the area of my previous transplant. Once we're going further to actual mid-scalp, where was most of the grafts transplanted during this transplant, it's still really numb. Like, I can tap it and I feel my brain shaking.
Na 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 na. Na 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 na.
Yeah, if I would pinch my skin, I would not feel anything, to be honest. So yeah, and going towards the crown is pretty much the same. My temple peaks, I don't know, I think they're absolutely normal. I think they are perfectly normal. I don't feel any weird feeling or anything. But yeah, overall, I'm actually hoping to shed as soon as possible, because the sooner I shed the hair, the sooner they're gonna start growing. Because if you know how hair cycles work, once hair is in the telogen phase, 3 months, around 100 days, and it starts growing back again. I would expect at month 4, roughly, between month 3 and month 4, to see a lot of new growth. Make sure you don't miss this video sometime in the future. And that's it for this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you stay tuned for my second hair transplant progress and video updates. Like the video, that's gonna be helpful as well for the YouTube algorithm. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Imagine having 1,000 likes. You know what's gonna happen? 1,000 hairs saved.